That door is in my... Holy cow, it's finally spring and the weather is great today, other than a little bit of extra wind than is necessary and some more clouds than is necessary. We are out here working on a frame. We, me, you know, you and me, on this adventure. Tuned in a little bit late, so I was working. I was like, why am I filming this? We got the van emptied right out. All of the goodies and stuff that was in here, were in here, is no longer in here. That had getting modified and completely re-engineered. I had a go at some steel stock, some square tube stuffs, and I've been cutting it up, putting L brackets on it, just to get a good idea of kind of the frame for the whole setup here. You know, once we put the welds on here, we'll clean lots of these corners up and make it fit much nicer. But I am no expert. All it needs to do is hold all my equipment. It does not need to be perfect. So we're gonna get as close as we can because that's how we are around here. But this pressure washer is gonna be mounting down here on these holes once I drill them out a little bit bigger. And then there's some holes down here that, is that gonna focus? I think so. That'll get attached there. And then the whole rack is gonna sit kind of in this area where I've got all my garbage going on right now. And then up inside, we've got our big old inverter unit. So we've got an extension cord that's gonna run and get plugged in. Run all the way through, back and down. And then we're doing some not proper electrical work, but proper enough for our application. We'll be doing one of these boxes here, screw these units to these bits, and then the cover screws will just go right into the plugs. So, am I an electrician? No. Is it gonna work? Yes. More modifications are gonna be to the water line in here. I have it very loosely plumbed in, as it is not completely solid on where the final end bit is going to be just yet, so I haven't made any cuts in here because I don't want to accidentally cut off more than I need to. And then I also got this sweet double reel, so on this rack somewhere in the middle area-ish, I'm going to mount a compressor for an air compressor with an external tank. Now, I haven't exactly decided where or how that whole tank situation is going to work yet, but all that tank needs is an in and an out. So we're just going to run the compressor, run a line to somewhere in the van, and then externally mount the tank for it. And then I'm going to be able to blow off, dust off cars and blow off water, and that's going to be good. This is a power one. So the only thing that we're missing is obviously the water one. So I haven't figured that one out just yet either, but it's gonna work when that time comes. Then, once this is straightened out, figuratively, well, kind of literally as well, we're gonna put a little shelving unit in here. This, the rack is kind of gonna end right at this post. So then we're gonna have some shelving back up in here. It'll probably, the height will not exceed that, so kind of keep it there, and then drill some holes in some plywood. I'll be able to mount probably 12 to 14 spray bottles, if I even need that many, which will be good. And then I gotta move some stuff here real brief. I'd like to do some sort of a rack system up against the back of the water tank to allow me to stack sideways some, I'm sitting on them so I can actually get a visual of this, some pails, so I'll have like a rack, so I can do probably like 6, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kind of pails with spigots tied into the lids on them, so that when you gotta refill a spray bottle from here, you just gotta take it off, turn the tap, fill it up, turn the tap off, and away you go. And then finally, on this side, we've got the plywood wall, and that's where all of the tools and stuff are going to be I haven't exactly decided if we're gonna kind of have shelves for wheel brushes and such, or if it's just gonna be more for mounting like Milwaukee chargers for the batteries for drills and stuff, or a little mix of both. But that's kind of how everything's been coming together so far. Today's been a very productive day for me, and I'm glad that you're back checking this out. It's been a long winter, and I should explain briefly. Up here in Canada, Saskatchewan specifically for myself, we don't get to do a ton of cool stuff in the winter because it's cold and miserable, and I'm not personally super invested into all of the winter sports and such. And it's a lot harder for us to just kind of get out and be crazy and wild and whatever, like you normally see from me. So I'm back. This is the official welcome to 2023 video, and stay tuned and keep coming back around. We're back a couple hours later. The sun is beginning to head towards the horizon. We made an attempt at losing some carpet.
If anybody wants to purchase some used carpet,
$5, come get it.
$5.
You know what? Just come get it.
I'll include 2 ratchet straps.
Hey, that's a good.
Is that incentive?
Good incentive.
I'm
Good
just
price.
kidding. Yeah,
No, it's just gotta go to the dump.
Let's go to the dump.
But yeah, no, we got a lot of stuff happening this evening. We've got wheels and tires are getting swapped over.
Yes.
Some welding is gonna be happening.
And on that subject, speaking of timeline, I think Dev also could use a hand right now. If you got a free moment while I drop off Daytona's wheels and tires,
Yeah.
I just got Dev set up with the flat deck. He's headed to his shop and he needs to load up I think he's gonna load up the 12 valve Cummins onto the trailer, and I think the Z.
All right.
So if you were down to rip out there right now, that's where he's headed. He could use a hand.
Love going to see Dev.
Yeah, go see Dev. He could
go
use the
see
help.
Dev.
He's moving.
Okay, we got the 12 valve on the trailer. We gotta get this down the hill onto the not trailer. I'm not sure if it's going to box on the trailer, to be honest. That's a Dev decision, but we gotta get it down there, and I'm not gonna do that while filming because I'm gonna require 2 hands for this operation. All right, it's a new day. Tanner's setting me up with the welder. He's got a rip to go run some errands and figure out why Daytona's wheels don't work.
Yeah, big sad. Check that out in my video. Fitment Industries didn't really line stuff up perfectly, we'll say that. So they're gonna have to sort it out somehow, but I'm gonna go see what I can figure out to get her rolling for now, because she is so sad she doesn't have her nice.
Understandably so.
You show them the wheels.
We're gonna go check out those wheels.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna do a little update on what's going on here.
Ryan's trying his hand at welding. It's great.
I've never welded before and I have no idea what I'm doing.
It's the only way to. Hey, this ain't too bad over here.
It's pretty greasy.
But hey, it's your first time, man. You should see my first welds on this car. Like, I know if I pull those carpets and look under the seam sealer, them welds ain't perfect, but you know what? I learned somehow, and
That's great.
This is how you do it.
Yeah.
This is a really cool project.
I'm excited to see how it goes here. So, but yeah, we've just been playing with some of my cheap whatever cutoff pieces that I
don't know what he's designing here, but
it's gonna be some sort of musical instrument.
This is his practice piece, guys. He forgot to tell you that first. I'll help you out there because he's just as distracted as I am when I'm filming. This is test piece. This is not some sort of weird mount for his pressure washer.
Right on. Well, we'll let you hit the road there.
Yeah.
And
that door is. Hey, bye.
Oh hey.
Oh hey. Yeah, I'm gonna take off with these mirrors.
Sweet. Sounds good.
Have fun, guys.
Bye, Tanner. This way. Check out these wheels. So these are going to be making their way onto Daytona's ST. But there was some sort of issue. I don't know. You'll have to just go watch his video. But there was a... It's gone. Yeah. So go watch his video and you'll learn all about it. But those wheels will be going onto that car. In the meantime, we're doing some fancy welding for the van. Here is the initial test pieces for my very first time ever using a welder. and I'm certainly not a professional, so we're just gonna make work what we can and go from there. I gotta move this van because we don't want any welding slag on it, so I'll check right back in. Well, despite having some of probably the shittiest looking welds mankind has ever seen, this thing's a lot more rigid than it was when we started, so that's good. I've just done, because I'm trying to kind of go this way and not upward at the welds and everything, so I've just flipped it upside down. So now we're going to get started on trying to hit some of these ones. This one I'm not doing yet because I want to make sure that the holes for my pressure washer are perfect, so I don't run into issues with that. But yeah, we're gonna keep trucking away. All right, welcome back to the construction site. We have the recap that we've already given, plus the rack is secure, not going anywhere, with the reels and the pressure washer mounted. I've still yet to figure out how I'm going to get a reel to work for the water line once it's high pressure, because I don't want it to like swell or whatever and like kind of uncoil itself on the reel. But now we are ready to run this to the correct length, since this is all mounted and that's how it's going to be and stay. I have picked up a sheet of OSB plywood, whatever. And that's gonna get kind of chopped up and put in here as my shelf. And then I might use some bits and leftovers to make some shelves or holes to put, you know, a wheel brush or whatever, just like stick it in there. And then I've got a bunch of paint left over, so I might paint it all black as well. We'll see what happens. But that's where we're at today. And we're back. We went and got some water, put it in the tank, washed up. Did just a mediocre job on the one side of the van here, just to, you know, make sure that the pressure washer was good to rock and everything. Hosed down both sides, only wiped one side, so this side's still wet and dirty and whatever. I don't care enough right now. I still gotta go pick up all of my supplies and stuff from storage, because I don't really have any actual proper washing chemicals except some of this way over diluted foam gun wash. So that's where we're at right now. Pressure washer is mounted and functional. And I think now we're just gonna take some time to have some beverages, chillax, and enjoy the evening sun. Okay, so you can see what's going on around here, but I'm just gonna give a brief updated explanation of kind of where I'm going with things and where things are at. So it's still a construction site back here, which is fine. It's functional, and the one job that I did here yesterday knocked down a lot of time just on things, silly things like setup and like get going and get gone when I'm done. You know, set up and pack up. Both of those, we've already substantially cut down time. Where we're going now is above, beyond, further ahead, and keeping rolling with making things better. We got power mounted there. I've got this kind of just set up in here for the time being. So running the vacuum off of here is sweet, because I don't have to worry about having excess lengths of extension cord, and so that's been super handy. I've seen guys will like mount their vacuum inside and then just run like 50 feet of hose, vacuum hose, but I'm not ready to do that just yet, and I've been doing some serious budgeting here, and that's just something that's gonna have to wait a little bit. The mega thing I'm trying to figure out. I spent probably 2 hours today trying to find bottle holders that I can mount on my wall here. That's been so frustrating, just to find any bottle holders that are bigger than like the little tiny bottles for a even considerably reasonable price is very challenging. And then when I have found something that will fit just my, you know, these are like 4-inch wide bottle. Yeah, 4-inch wide bottle at the base. And when I did finally find something that would fit that, it was gonna cost me $400 to get 2 of them to my doorstep. So 10 bottles mounted for $400 is absolutely ridiculous. I really don't want to keep projecting around on this thing, but for that price, for substantially less than that price and a little bit of my time, I could just build something. So that might be the route that ends up happening here if I can't find anything worth buying. And that's kind of where we're at. But we've made a few movements. You know, the extra reel of water is going to be back here instead of up there. I went ahead and mounted this ladder to the water tank, so it's still accessible. You can get it out through this door, but I didn't want it taking up all the space on my wall here anymore. Inverter also is running. That's how I'm running the vacuum off of the reel there. So that runs up through here into there, and then this one runs that box. So I've got both circuits going, which is good, so I don't have to worry about overpowering anything. I'll probably have to make a few adjustments when I do eventually get the air compressor in here, but until that time comes, it can just keep operating the way it is. Well, I will eventually be running an air compressor because I have the air reel already, and it makes a lot of sense to do that. It's just a matter of time and energy and money. So, you know.